And it's Thursday morning, and I've moved the position of the camera again because I just wanted to check. I have a feeling that when the camera was on this side, that the engine noise was far less, and I just want to check whether that is true. There's only one way to make sure, and that is to try it. It's an overcast day. It's 14 degrees here in Canada. And that would make it 57 if you are measuring it in the States. Lots of dark clouds around, so we're probably going to have some rain. In which case, why are you not wearing a raincoat, Sal? Because I don't do that, do I? It's one of those things I remember after I've got into the car. The word for today is tears. Yeah. On the less important side, tears, because for those of you who've watched me over the years, last couple of years, you know I've got a favorite travel mug that sits on my dash and goes with me just about everywhere. And I've had it for probably 10 years. At least, maybe 20. And I think I left it in a store yesterday. So obviously I will go back to the store and see if they've got it, but the chances are probably not. So that would be very sad. So I started to feel very sad about that, but not life-threateningly sad, just a little bit because it's been with me a long time. And luckily I bought a backup one about a month ago, just in case that ever happened. Right, that's coincidence? I don't think so. My backup one is just a normal type thermal coffee mug. Not nearly as interesting as my other one, which was, properly weighted at the bottom so you could put it up on your dash and all sorts of things. This thing definitely is not weighted at the bottom. It appears to be weighted at the top, so it's actually designed to fall over as far as I can see. But very effective in terms of its thermal properties. So, what can I say? I'm scouting for a new mug is what I'm going to tell you. Obviously, it's time to have a new in-car mug. Oops, thing's falling over again. Alright, we definitely are going to put that high on the list. Alright, so now let me think. What was the real reason for the tears this morning? Wow. I know what it was. I was listening to CNN this morning, because as you know, my television picture went. And at the moment I'm trying an experiment to see how much I actually miss my television. I've always said what I would really miss is CNN. But I've got this system going where my television still gives me sound, just not picture. And what I've discovered is that if the item is important enough, you can hear it and then go to your computer. And the chances are there's a clip on it, on the actual program, on the CNN site. Anyway, so I was listening this morning as I was putting on my makeup and heard that they have released both the patients with Ebola. Wow. And the doctor who contracted the disease was being released today, and apparently the other person who contracted it that came back to the States was released on Tuesday, very quietly. She didn't want any media to know about it. She just wanted to go and isolate herself with her family and give thanks to God that she was alive. And I was listening to this doctor that contracted it this morning. And obviously, because he comes from a Christian organization, he was thanking God a great deal for the mercy that he had shown him. And also thanking all the doctors and nurses who had worked on him. And how much patience and care they had given him. And that they had, become his surrogate family, because obviously his family wasn't allowed to touch him or be near him in terms of tactile moments. I think there's something about touching somebody that just is so very important. And even within our network, I guess we get moments where we get to touch each other's soul. We might not be able to touch each other physically and give a strong support on a shoulder or a hug, but we can do it verbally and in our eyes and in our actions. And so it was with tears in my eyes that I listened to this incredible story of this drug that had actually saved their lives. And there is no doubt at all in my mind that probably without the drug they would not be alive today. So all credit, with tears in my eyes, to those scientists who worked on that drug, and for the hours and hours people spent just sitting, testing to see whether in fact the thing worked. And I know it was in its final stages. It wasn't even approved yet when they used it. Well, I guess it's been proven now, right? And for those of you who are entrepreneurs, you may want to just hunt down the name of this company and buy shares in it rather quickly. So it is absolutely amazing. And yesterday was a day of tears in my eyes for Leslie. For those of us who've known Leslie over the last year, she is an incredible young lady sitting in Scotland who overcame her fear of going outside and just overjoyed us and inspired so many people, including myself, to go and do things that they hadn't done because she was out there doing things that she hadn't done. Her courage and her ability to overcome her terror just inspired us all. Well, Les, if you're listening to this, honey, I want you to know something. I want you to know that sometimes in life, it doesn't rain but it pours. You know the expression, sweetie. You know it only too well. And what has hit you in the last few weeks is called overwhelm. In other words, if it had been one thing, you would have coped with it. If it had been 2 or 3 things, you still might have had enough mojo juice to cope with it. For those of you who don't know, mojo juice is what I call your ability to overcome things. And it's brought about by all sorts of things that we will talk about again. We've talked about mojo juice before, but I will talk about it again in the coming weeks. And so, Leslie, look at it this way. This was just, you got 2 or 3 bits of bad news too many. And it does not make you a wuss. It's called situational depression. And it does not mean that you have to be back in the fug, unless you want to be. Fug. I don't know what that word means. It's like a fog, but it's ugh. So Leslie, this is situational. This is not permanent. This is just too many things hit. And Les, know that I have been there. I have my version of this. And it took a lot to battle my way out again. But that's because I waited too long to get my help. I thought I was able to cope with it, and I wasn't. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is, we, as your extended family, and there are a lot of us who absolutely adore you, please, please, please keep coming to the broadcast. Please keep telling us your truth. And please know that you are much loved and adored. And this too shall pass. You know, one of the things that I'm so grateful for, as you know, is the fact I have Benji and Judy and the family in my life, and their family, because they bring, as some of you have noticed, they bring incredible joy to my life. I don't know why. It's like when I'm with them, it's okay for the child in me to come out again in certain ways. And, you'd think that the grandmother in me would come out. Well, actually, not so much, the kid. I actually am really, I don't know why it is, but that's what happens. And one of the things I had said to Benji in passing was, hey, when you go on these tours, remember to call me and turn the computer around. And he said, what? I said, well, we've got all the technology. I can go on vacation with you now. So all you have to do is turn the computer around so I can see the view, and then for a moment I can pretend. And with tears in my eyes last night, he suddenly sent me a text message and said, can I Skype you? You see, even Benji asks if it's convenient to Skype me. Right? Doesn't presume that he can Skype me anytime he wants to. He has the manners to check first. Anyway, so I said, sure, honey. Why? And he said, because we're in Hawaii and I want to show you the view. And it was so wonderful. And to look at the smiles on their faces was, I bet I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat now, right? That's a British expression. Yeah. Because the smiles on their faces were just adorable. And then he's saying, let me show you the view. And as you'll see in the extended version of it, he then showed me his abs. Really funny. Nice view. And then he turned it around and let me see the beautiful view that they had. And this was something that one of my other sons, Cisco, those of you who met him on a broadcast one time, he was the first one to do this for me, because he travels a lot as well, and he gets very childlike as well, and he goes, oh, I got to show you, and he'll pick up his laptop and we'll go for a walk together. Be it around his apartment or whatever. He will actually take me with him. And in fact, as some of you know, and it was really awesome, one year he was away for Christmas, and he really wanted to spend Christmas Eve dinner with me. And so what they did, and you're gonna love this, what they did was they set an extra place at the dinner table in Mexico City and put the laptop there. And then they phoned me, they Skyped me, and they Skyped me in. And the family all wished me Happy Christmas, or Feliz Navidad, and you know, it was just amazing, and we had this conversation, just like I was sitting there. And it lasted for about 3/4 of an hour, you know, and I was going, "Past the potatoes, please." Well, you know I would do that. and we actually set it all up so when they phoned me, I would actually have food in front of me so that I could be eating, not necessarily the same dinner they were having, but I could be eating with them. And I had a glass of wine and everything already, and it was a memory. And you know, I'm always saying life's about memories, not about things. It's about memories. It's about eating Dick's Burgers on the front of the Jeep. It's about Judy sticking her finger into her ice cream to push it down the cone. It's about Benji saying, "Let me show you the view," and showing me his abs. Those are memories. Those are not things. And I really encourage you today to understand that as there have been tears of sadness, there are also tears of joy. And I'm pretty sure that you have felt the tears of joy in so much of this week's experience. And it really has been an incredible experience. And for those of you who met BBG, otherwise known as Big Brother Jeffrey, Big Brother Jeff wrote to me and he wants to know if he can come on a broadcast, if we can set it up at the time that is suitable for him in Africa. How cute is that? He must be missing you guys. And he thought you guys might want to ask him a few questions, and maybe we can get him to do see the sights of Johannesburg for you. That's a good idea. I'll get him to do that. I'm still trying to get him to vlog. You know, we've got him on Facebook now. He's pretty good on that. And I did ask him, you know, if there was any way that we could, you guys can write to him if they want to. And I haven't quite got that one sorted out yet, but I'm going to. So with tears in my eyes today, I am so grateful for life. And I'm very aware that this whole experience of becoming a vlogger has really changed my direction. I don't mind admitting, I think that I had started to go down that road towards being old. And I wonder if you know what I mean. And now I have life, I have that need to live meaningfully again. And for example, somebody phoned me last night and invited me to a barbecue. And, you know, it would have been easy to say no, because it's on my sort of full day off, which is Saturday. I don't do anything Dear Mama Sal-wise until I do the broadcast at 8 o'clock at night. So it's my sort of, I get a full day where I can go shopping and do things I need to do. And so to hear that somebody wanted me to go and do something on my day off was a little blip. And then I thought, that's ridiculous. You know, these are human beings. They're my friends. I'm going. And so of course I said yes, and I will look forward to it. And then, so cute, so aware that I have an allergy, and over protective of it all. It's just really very, very special. I love it when people care. And I always say to people, you know, please do not stop other people having garlic just because I have an allergy. You know, I'll bring a piece of chicken or something. It's very easy for me to do. I hope you all have a wonderful day and that your tears today are tears of joy. Leslie, don't let it get you down, honey. You've been here before and you've got over this before. You can do it again. We have faith and we're going to be there for you. So you just feel the 2x4. Put your chins up. Do something creative. Put on things that make you laugh. If you've got videos or whatever, do things that make you laugh. Make sure you take all these sad things and you put them in a box a certain time of the day only, not the whole of your day. Like me, Les, try 10 minutes at a time. See how it works. This is Dear Mama Sal, sending you a great big virtual hug for all of you who might need it, including Leslie. Bye-bye for now.